Hello my children, today I'm going to show you how to make a sick type beat that sounds like this. Alright, first things first, you want to find your niche ass 102,000 view 13 years ago cool ass sample. Alright, next things next, you want to copy and paste that link into an extremely safe YouTube to MP3 converter and extract the video, converts it into a virus.exe to put on your PC, and you hit download. Alright, now before you say it, yes, the project is already made right over here, but that's why I'm showing you how to make it right now, because I'm the damn goat. So you drag your sample right into FL Studio, you set your BPM all the way to 90, and then you go up and chop your sample. Basically, to make it fit to your time of 90 BPM, you go... See, that right there was 4 beats. Now, if you don't know how to count beats, you might not want to be watching this video right now. Dude, just start your music journey, bro. I'd recommend some Imagine Dragons. So that's 4 beats. In fact, it's a little bit more than 4 beats. So I'll just cut off a little bit at the end, probably even. You know, you don't have to cut off a bit at the end. It's kind of like the tip. You don't have to cut it off, but they choose to it both. And then after that, you hit Shift M so that this little thing pops up right over here, and you're able to then stretch the audio clip. I mean, check that out. I bet you didn't know that before, huh? And then you get something that sounds like this. See now, look, if we turn the metronome on. They all ask how I do it, it's just because I'm a wizard. Alright, now you just repeat that with the rest of them. Alright, boom, and just like that, you have all your chops timed up. Boom, shakalaka. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, now here's the most important part. Arguably the most important part in beat making when you're sampling and sample chopping. You gotta have not only good chops, you gotta have a good pattern with the chops. Because the chops are like your instrument, and the sample pattern is like your melody. You know what I'm saying? So you can't have a bad melody to a song and then expect it's gonna be good, because the melody is the song. And you know, they always ask me, how do you make such good sample patterns? They say,
your sample patterns, you know, they always say, your sample patterns, they're the best. Nobody can come close to your sample patterns, Cole. How do you do it? I just want to know, how do you do it?
And I tell them,
I'm the GOAT.
Alright, boom, and then check it. You just get something like this. And then you can kind of loop that, you know, because it's like, it's 2 bars, so you can just hit it. You can go like... Here's another thing about sampling in any music, okay, is that you don't need crazy sample chops, you know. Sometimes crazy sample chops are great, you know. I mean, look at some of the greats. You can look at Dilla, Madlib, but oftentimes, bro, the chops, you just kind of want to keep it a little bit simple. Otherwise, it's gonna sound a little bit too forced. You just want to kind of like let it flow naturally, you know. Otherwise, it sometimes if you're not skillful with it, you know, like me, you can make it sound pretty doo-doo. So really what I'm trying to say is just keep it simple. Alright, but we can't just have 2 bars repeating for the entire song, because, you know, then you'll get just ear fatigue from it. So I also made a little bit more in the pattern. I just like made a couple separate parts. So here's the second part of it. See, so as you can see here, the only thing that really changed was this chop right here. So on the first one, I use this to lead into this bar where it goes. See, and then that kind of sets you up for like a reset into kind of whatever pattern you want. And then what I like to do with the sample patterns is that every couple of bars, I like to add like a little build up with the chop so that it can kind of transition into whatever I want after. And so I made this. So as you can see at the end, we do have like a little build up, kind of like an old Kanye kind of thing. Like my all OBS and FL Studio just crashed and died, so that's lit. Being a chud, hell yeah. Anyway, yeah, then after that, there's only one more part that you want to do with any sample chopping or anything. Basically, a song needs to be split into multiple different sections, right? So what I like to do is I like to make 2 separate patterns for it. So that means that everything that we just did here is one pattern, and then I decided to make a second one a little bit simpler though, so that it could keep with a simple vibe. So I went a little bit later in the sample and I found a little bit more of a chill part with some nice smooth vocals, and I thought that would be nice to contrast the kind of super grand opening vibe of the track. And so yeah, then I came up with this. Such a when love So at the end, as you can see, there is a little small build-up just to reset the pattern to go back to the beginning. So then if you loop it, it would sound like this. Next thing we gotta do is add the drums. We gotta add the drums. So I really wanted to go with the fully sampled vibe for this track. So I found this pretty sick track, very, very niche, 13,000 views 3 years ago, super W's. Check these drums at the beginning. And then you drag that shit right in your FL Studio. So with this, I actually took it and kind of made it into double time of itself. And then I added in a couple of my own kicks using the kicks that were already in it. So basically I sampled it into itself kind of thing. Then we ended up with something like this. Also, needless to say, I did do quite a bit of mixing on it. Pro Q4, to anybody who actually knows mixing, this probably looks like hell. Saturation right over here for the drums, and then another Pro Q4 just taking out a little bit of the noise. Then in certain parts add in a couple of drum fills, occasionally a little riser and crash, and then of course for the start of the song you've got to add in a voice note from your friend getting flamed in the group chat. And then you just got to throw some of your own shitty lyrics on it. It's pretty simple.
Are we actually just on my dick? You mean it's a different jobs on my dick, bro? What do you mean? It's the same fucking.
You know I'm back with it, the first to the last, with the thirst of drinking notion, no notion of trying to last. Missed a million in a year, and the motion set in fear in the eyes of the masses. Will start a massoneer. Say my name, 3-letter, -2, cause I'm the one. Number 1 when I charts, and they hear the record spun, and they chant in my name, and the crowd go, whoo! Say the sunner, say the sunner. Say the sunner, say the sunner, say the sunner. Judas really won when me, put me on the game. No, I ain't no antichrist, but we are not the same. On the mic, I'm a killer. In the studio, I'm Dilla. With the pen, I'm a potent, glorious bastard, Nazi killer.
Like and subscribe.
Such a to write for me's a right for me, I'm righteous with it rightfully. A lesson for your self-esteem, you don't get good by rifling through already made it. Cause there ain't no ready made, it's better off reciting all your wishes to your favorite savior.